Please read the disclaimer. XRP holders, it's nearly over. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. Markets are heating up. Could this potentially be the last straight here, the last portion of the run before we get the real run? We'll talk about lots of news, maybe peace, maybe ceasefire, what's going on with the Clarity Act. Small market cap assets are starting to move very, very big. We'll talk about that as well. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile, send out those good vibes. Smishity smash that like button. Let's try to get 1,000 likes on this video. I know you guys can do it. All you got to do is you take your finger, like this one preferably. You go boop. That's all you got to do, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So let's get into it. Right now, currently XRP is sitting at $1.40, almost 43 cents, up 2.59% on the day. The probabilities, or the moving averages are getting better as we continue to move to the upside. The markets, as you can see, over the past 2 days, XRP is up, and we're getting closer and closer to a potential crossover here on the 1348 EMA for XRP. We know that Bitcoin already had its crossover, right? Bitcoin already had the crossover on the daily chart a few days ago. Ethereum already had that crossover. Solana and XRP that are lagging a little bit behind. We've been talking about this over the past few days, that they have not returned to the levels that they were previously back on March 17th. Whereas Bitcoin and Ethereum have gone back there, and they have had the crossover on the 1348 EMA already. So this could potentially, if we do see that crossover here for XRP, that could tell us that we're going towards the 154 area. We'll see if that happens in the next coming days. S&P 500, new all-time highs today at 7,000. The VIX continues to actually, it's not dropping today. It's kind of flat. It's a mixed bag here today. Some are up, some are down after yesterday, which was a big day. Oil is actually back up a little bit. If we look at the crypto fear and greed index, let's just refresh it. We're still in extreme fear, but we are at 23. Okay. Now, if we go, you can see if you go here to the bubbles, there's lots of assets here, top 100, top 200 that are moving big, 30, 40, 50, 60%. But the top 5, 10 are not really moving, as we're seeing at the market cap. Look, on the day, most of them are flat. XRP up 3%, BNB up 1%, Solana up 2.3%, Doge up 2.9%. Not really big move. It's only when we get here to 16, meme core is up 27.6%. But for the most part, and Rave Dow is already up to 27th. It is up 38.5% on the day. It did go a little bit higher, but has pulled back a little bit. It went all the way up to 17 again, and now is at 16. Continues to be very, very volatile. But we're seeing movements. We're seeing a little bit of meme coin movement. We're seeing a little bit of lower cap assets moving. And we've talked about this in the past, how this could potentially be a precursor for money coming in and then money making big profits on the lower assets because they have easier to manipulate them. And then that money moves the profits to squeezes out the shorts and then moves the money to the higher cap altcoins. And then like we saw in June, potentially of June of 2025, maybe we can see something similar like this now in April of 2026. This is the time that Raoul Paul has been telling us that we should see a banana zone. Let's see if he's right or wrong. Okay. As always, I just want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Also, remember that I will never contact you on social media asking you to sign up to anything or to send me any money. Those are scammers, those imposters. Please be very careful out there. We're going to talk about a hack in just a second. That in first it seemed that it wasn't that bad, but now the numbers and the research is being done, and it seems it's a lot worse than expected. We'll talk about that towards the end of the video because it's not really XRP related, it's more crypto related. Now let's talk about the Clarity Act. U.S. Crypto Clarity Act discussions are nearly complete. JP Morgan analysts says negotiations around the Clarity Act are nearing a breakthrough. as lawmakers resolve key disputes over stablecoin rewards and agency oversight. It seems that what could be the deterrent on the on the Clarity Act, is just government, right? It seems that the sides are very close to an agreement. It might not be the perfect agreement. It might not be the agreement that both sides wanted, but I think both sides understand that if they don't get this done, it might not ever get done. So they're willing to compromise. And now it's just a instance of, will the government pass it? Will the Senate pass it? Will we, get it done in time? That's the fear right now. And we'll see. I think it will happen, but weirder things have occurred. Insight, the Clarity Act could reset the relationship between regulators and DeFi, but the industry isn't out of the woods just yet. And so this could potentially change the whole market, the whole way that traditional finance and regulators and crypto have communicated. This will give the stamp of approval. This will give, of course, the clarity. And that's why it's so important that this actually passes. The US government is potentially about to refund 166 billion in tariffs starting April 20th. The refund system launched. Over 330,000 importers across 53 million shipments are eligible. As of April 9th, 127 billion worth of refunds have already been processed. Trump imposed these tariffs under a 1977 emergency law. The Supreme Court ruled he overstepped his authority. He since then imposed new tariffs under a different law, which is also being challenged in court. So maybe this causes a little bit of turmoil, but it seems right now that tariffs are passé, right? They're old news. they don't really put a dent into the markets. We know what's moving the markets right now. It's of course the peace or no peace, oil prices up or no up, and Clarity Act, yes or no. That's what's moving crypto right now. President Trump just announced a 10-day ceasefire between Lebanon and Israel that will begin today at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. The headline on the Israeli website is that Trump twisted the arm and made them do it. We'll see if it holds, because remember, this is one of the things that the Iranians were pushing upon to get done. And I told you that that would be one of the things that might be problematic, from the Israeli side. And now, if Papa Bear is saying to do it, probably they're going to do it, and we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Again, I'm not really affected that much from what's happening up north. I have a lot of friends that may live more in that area. But for me, it's the Iranian stuff was the issue. So it's been quiet since the ceasefire started. We haven't had any alarms. But things can flip very, very fast, and we know this also in trading. You can be one day in the top of the world, and then the next day you do something silly and you lose your whole portfolio. Or we have a black swan event and you're over leveraged and you lose everything. So I always have the monkey on my back. I know that there's always the possibility that things can shift. Okay, and that's very, very important. That's my I don't want to call it wisdom, because I don't think that I am that wise yet. I think I need many more years to become wise. I think I need more gray hairs, although I don't have any hairs, so that's problematic. But no, but that's just my experience, and that's my beliefs. So if I can help somebody with that, amazing. Charles Schwab announces the launch of direct trading off of both Bitcoin and Ethereum to compete with Robinhood. We know that there is a battle of the exchanges, especially with traditional exchanges coming into the crypto market, seeing how much Robinhood had profited off of the crypto market in 2021, and they are getting ready for the potential of a big movement in 2026, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, potentially here. So Charles Schwab is joining the party, and going forward, we'll probably see everybody have both stocks and crypto on their platforms. Whereas many crypto platforms also have tokenized stocks or things like that. So there's the worlds are colliding. So this was the hack. It happened on April 13th. Polkadot Bridge Dot token on Ethereum was just exploited. An attacker just minted 1 billion DOT and sold everything in a single transaction for 108.2 Ethereum worth 238,000. But now it seems that the Polkadot team admits the losses in the exploit tied to Hyperbridge are 10x worse than the initial reports, now tallying up to 2.5 million with cross-chain impact and additional drains coming to light. So again, it's always a reminder that in the crypto market, we need to be careful. You need to be careful if you're transferring crypto that the address is the correct address that you're sending, right? Don't copy and paste from your previous transactions. Go to the exact wallet, copy it, because there's an attack on that, that they swap you, they see you transacting to a certain wallet, and then they send you a very small amount of like 0.01 cent. And then that is your last transaction. And then if you copy last transaction, you send the scammer or the hacker money. So just be careful that you always make sure that you're on the right blockchain, and that you're sending to the right address and things like that. And also that you're not clicking on any weird links. I told my son, my wife sent some link to him, and I said, don't click it. Wait, let's make sure with her, because she usually doesn't send him links. I said, let's ask her. I'll ask her if it's actually her sending it and it's not a hack or something. So just always be careful out there, because there's a lot of scammers and a lot of people that are trying to take advantage of us. So please be very careful out there. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.